Hi there and welcome back. Just thought I'd start this morning off before I go outside and do all the birds. 6:30 in the morning. Make myself a nice cup of coffee before I start. So I've covered a few things in this video today, but obviously the main thing that I've covered is the dead chick and the sudden death. So it's a little bit gory, so if you don't want to see a bit of gore, then that's fine. If you want a cup of coffee, you're welcome anytime. Right, until later on, hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Weather has been absolutely crazy. Here we are on the 4th of May, and it's snowing. Never seen anything like it. Absolutely nuts weather. Right, it's a little bit graphic, but I've been asked in the comments on one of my previous videos to talk about sudden death in chicks and how can we prevent it, what causes it, and what's going on. Now, it happens to us all. Now, although it's very disheartening, you've got to think yourself, it's done. Cannot cry over it. Just move on, concentrate on the ones that are healthy. Forget about it. But never forget what causes it. Now, for me, the three main causes, especially on a chick that's been well looked after, with milk in, that's getting fed, is Salmonella and E. coli. They're the biggest killer of chicks round about this age. So we're back to health. Make sure that your birds are healthy and keep on top of them. Secondly is another big killer, and that's the cold. Now, it's been really cold in the UK this April and now into May. We've had one of the coldest months on record since 1980, so over 30 years. -4s, -5s. We've even had -6s. Now, to get a -6 for us in May and highs of 15, 18 in the day with sunshine, it's very deceiving for birds. So we come off and they get cold. But for me, most of the damage by cold is obviously during the night or in the early hours in the morning. Now, chicks at this age, feeders come off them, or the parents come off them for any length of time, and before you know it, the youngsters get chilled. Now, especially this area in the back, this is where the kidneys are, and they're very close to the spine at the back, so there's no feathers, got very little protection. When the feeders cover them like that, keeps them nice and warm. Once you start getting cold in the kidneys, it's downhill from there on. So if that happens once or twice, you'll lost them. Now, sometimes I've been able to save chicks. Now, I might be able to save one this year. If I find a one cold and we warm it up, I might be able to video and show you it. But for me, them are the two biggest problems. The only third one, which is not as common but does obviously play a part, and that's vitality, so vigour. So the more healthier, vigorous your birds are, stronger immune systems, all these things need to be taken into consideration. That'll help survival of chicks. But remember, and I've droned on a bit about this for a while, it's upsetting. We've all happens to everybody. Don't blame yourself. Just fix the problems and move on to the next chicks. Where the dead jacobin was in this morning. Obviously, this hen's a really, really good sitter. The other youngster, perfectly okay. Now, I've got a single young bucara down the bottom getting sat. So to free up feeders, because I'm desperately short of them, I'll take the chick from down the bottom shed and bring it up and put it in here. I do prefer them sitting on two, and because I'm short of feeders, a pair of feeders will now start laying eggs again, and I can get something under them. This is that other youngster I've just been talking about. That's on its own. They're roughly around about the same size. It's off a nice pair. It's out of a really good old black cock bird that's father to Thanos, and a black mottled hen I bred a couple of years ago that I quite like with huge boots. So quite a tasty pair. The pair's been filling and breeding quite okay for us. I've got about 6 youngsters off them. Sorry. Only problem is he's only filling one egg, but he's a 6-year-old cock. So if he fills one every round, as long as she keeps laying and fills one, the youngsters will mount up. So I'll move this chick now with that jacobin up the top. And just so I remember what I've done. What I've done is everything has a card on. So I've moved in. All right, I moved in black mottled old hen, and then our ring number next to that, and then transfer it to my book, and I know exactly what that is. This just keeps a track of everything, so you know where everything is. It's not 100% reliable, but it does okay. Had a bit of change around with this pair of jacks. I'm not having much luck with them at all. cocks, the hen that he's in with, she's laid 4 rounds of eggs. They're all full. Fertility isn't an issue, but the eggs just don't seem to be chipping. They're getting about 16 days, 17 days and then going off. So what I've done is I've got this black hen spare. She's badly mismarked, but she's got lovely legs, and I do like a long slender wings and long slender body. She was being held back for a white cockbird that was coming from Canada, but he hasn't arrived yet. So I thought, well, she's gone to waste, she's laying eggs. She's paired up to a Dumball Bacara. I thought, well, split them up. Put this red cock in. Put her in with this red cock and get some eggs off her just to see if they hatch, just to find out if it's the cock or the hen. But one of the main reasons I've pulled the hen out for is I just took these eggs off her last night. They're just starting to get a bit of chalkiness. Now she's laid 4 rounds. She did that last year. So I thought the timing now is to pull her out and put this young black hen in. She's only been in 30 seconds and he's treaded her. I'll go and show you the red hen. You can see much through the wire light, but she's really fresh, like. So, she would have went nice on a white cock, make some nice splashes, but we'll just have to see. Not the ideal pairing in the world, but I'd rather get something than nothing. Not sure if I can see this, like, as I'm down by myself, but give it a bit of a shake up. Yeah, as you can see, this red jack hen, she's been well and truly scalped. So see her better down when she's down. So I've pulled her out the breeding programme. The cock's just mullered her, so her breeding is over for the year. I rest her up. Now this hen laid eggs, 4 rounds of eggs last year and stopped laying. She's laid 4 rounds this year and stopped laying, so I'll leave her now. I've seen them a million times. I showed this pair last week. The hen was sitting on 2 eggs over here. They're both fertile, but I've noticed they're still warm. But I've noticed she's starting to come off them now. They've been sitting 10 days. Well, so they're the 26. So what's that? 11 days. They've been sitting 11 days, and now she's come off. That's the problem with Bacaras. They very, very rarely sit a full gestation period of 18 days. They'll come off them. 10-12 days. They'll come off them and want to lay eggs again. And the better quality they are, the less reliable they become. So I'll move these eggs under a different pair of feeders, find somewhere for them, because I didn't have anywhere for them, because that's why they're here. So I'll have to do a bit juggling around, but I'll fit them in somewhere else. There's a couple of more hatched today of Thanos and the black mottled hen. And he's made it too. This time there's a black and a checker. There have been blacks up to now. So this pair's, well, this trio's produced, and now I've hit over 10 youngsters from them. I was going to split them, but I'll just keep them going. Anyway, that's about it. I've covered for this week, showing you what's been up to. Hope you're enjoying it. As I've said before, if there's anything you'd like to talk about, anything you want to share, anything you want us to do a video on, just ask and I'll try and see if I can fit it in if it's within my parameters. So until next time, take care and bye. Need to get a few feeders going. Got a few rounds of eggs up here that need moving over in the next couple of days. This year I've been really short of feeders. As you know, I cut this one section down over 40 pair of feeders. I cut them back to make room for the fantails, because I know where to put the fantails. I wanted them out the top shed, but it's definitely left us short of feeders. So I had to become a juggler and juggle stuff around, which isn't unusual for us here.